Hey nail scissors, in this video I'm going to share with you an Amazon UV LED nail lamp that I got from Amazon, and also giving you tips when you're shopping for UV and LED nail lamps. Here I'm showing that I got a UV and LED nail lamp, and then also the other one was the LED lamp. Now this one is the Sun 5 Pro 72 watt UV LED nail lamp. It has the 10-second, 30-second, and the 60-second. And also it has a low mode, which you can use like if you kind of want to help with the heat spikes. You can start it off with the low mode on that option as well. Before I go any further, just know that the main difference between LED and UV lights is the type of bulbs that they contain and the type of light that they produce. This also has a port in the back, and it comes with a AC adapter where you can plug in to the wall, and also you can kind of basically you would put this part, like the port part, into the back and basically plug it up. It does come with a long cord, so you can also use an extension cord if you're going to be like far away. But for me, I never had an issue where when I plugged it up it was too far away, but you can definitely do that if you want to. And then underneath, this is where the bulbs are, and then it does have where you can remove this plate underneath, so like the tray. And I do like how it has that where it's convenient, because this is really great if you're using it for like pedicures, and you can also use it for your nails. But I like that you can remove it, because there will be times where clients will like stick their foot in there, and then they will like hit the top of the part of the nail lamp, and then they'll kind of like mess up their polish. So here you'll see like there's holes. I believe it's like maybe 4 or 5 holes on the top part of this nail lamp, and then you basically snap it and line it up with those holes that are underneath. And you can see here now the detachable tray is now attached to this nail lamp, and you can use it for the, like I said, hands and the feet. But it does give you that convenience option if you wanted to do it that way. They say that you're supposed to replace these like bulbs with the UV LED nail lamp like every 2 years, especially if you use it consistently. But I have had this for at least 5 years. This is like my top #1 suggestion if you are a nail tech or doing your nails, to definitely get this lamp, because it definitely has, like, I have, like I said, used it over and over consistently. Here I'm kind of showing the description, and it also comes with this like instructions of how to use the lamp and what it's actually intended for. And I'll kind of get into the different like lamps, what you can use it for, like UV or gel polish, and how to kind of look for that. Here I'm showing that when you plug it up, you can the light comes on, and it does have like a sensor. So if you stick your hand in, it will it will come on. If you stick your hand out, it will actually go off, and then you can kind of see this reflected at the top. Now I'm gonna kind of get into like heat spike a little bit in this video, but not too much. When it comes to heat spikes, you know, they say that you can kind of stick your hand in and take it out, stick it in, take it out, but that kind of doesn't really solve the problem. I'm gonna come back to that, but right here I'm just showing you that you can kind of turn on the number, like if you want 10 seconds, 30 seconds, or 60 seconds, and you can see the number displayed there. I usually kind of stick with the 30 to 60 depending on the gel polish that you use, and each brand may have their own gel polish and their own gel brand that's designed for that particular lamp. Now what I want to say when it comes to the heat spike, UV/LED nail lamps are designed to react fast, and they tend to create heat, but there are definitely ways to kind of work around that where you won't get heat spikes a lot. And if anyone is interested, let me know. I can definitely make a video for that. The next item that I'm showing here is this LED lamp, and it does come with this USB, and they didn't like have where you use the like phone charger cord, the part that you kind of connect with this USB. They didn't provide that part, so you will have to use that separately. And then it has the same thing, like a port in the back. You kind of just twist it inside and plug it up. Now think about LED lamps similar to a office building or school, those type of lights. And think about the UV lamps as like the rays in the sunlight. So that's kind of why you feel like more heat with the UV/LED lights. I'm showing here how this doesn't have a tray that goes underneath, and you just kind of stick your hand like in and then it'll come on, or you can press the buttons. Now, the only thing that I don't like about this lamp, this one in particular, is that you can't really see the timer on the top. And when I stick my hand in this one versus the last one that I showed, it doesn't get, like I said, as hot as the UV/LED, but that doesn't mean that you should buy, an LED just to kind of like prevent that, because it may or may not. They do say that LED lamps last a little bit longer versus UV lamps. They often need bulbs to be replaced, and LED lamps can cure gel polish a little bit faster than UV lights, but not all gel polishes can be cured by an LED lamp, and not all LED nail lamps can cure every type of polish. So some polishes are designed specifically for UV nail lamps. Now, remember what I said about the UV/LED lamps cure faster because they release more UV rays, or basically more energy. This can definitely affect the heat spikes that you feel. Now, think about it in this example that I'm going to give you. When you stick your hand into the nail lamp, think of it like the temperature of a hot tub. And basically, every time that the gel is curing during this process, heat is given off during the curing process. So if that energy is basically controlled, or basically if you have done all the steps that you were needed to do to prevent the heat spikes, then you won't feel any, heat spikes. But if the energy is given off more quickly, meaning that, for example, here I'm showing how if you don't apply your coats evenly, you can see how some of the gel pulled to one side. So this is kind of where you may feel that the heat spike on one side. Or if you don't do your coats thin and build your way up. Also, if you use a unsuitable lamp that's not intended for that gel polish, it could definitely do the same thing. So think of it like basically a sunburn that you got on your nail bed. Now, that leads me into getting into talking about, what polishes kind of are compatible with the UV/LED lamps or LED lamps. Now, when it comes to choosing the right nail lamp, it all comes down to your personal preference. And the main considerations are basically you want to, look at like your budget and the products that you're going to be using with that particular nail lamps. Now, on Amazon, some of the descriptions and terminologies are very confusing if you don't really understand them, because some of the titles, it will say like UV LED lamps or UV/LED lamps or only LED lamps, and it will get confusing. So I'm going to kind of help you and show you how it'll all make sense, and hopefully it'll come together at the end of this video. Some of the lamps, like this one, for example, the Sun UV, it does tell you on the top of the lamp, it'll say UV/LED. So basically UV/LED, you can basically get a combination of lamps. So basically it has the UV and LED combined. If you don't want like just UV, or if you want LED. So this basically is using both of them. Now, that's just one part to it. Another thing that I like to do is check the labels of the gel polish. This was more accurate than anything. If you're on Amazon, you can check the description to be sure which gel polish requires what type of lamp. it will kind of tell you, like you've seen there, it'll say, builder or hard gel. And, it'll kind of tell you, sometimes I feel like on Amazon, it doesn't really tell you which lamp is intended for what gel polish, which that is the main component or key component that you want to understand from this video, is that each brand is different, and some require a UV or LED lamp, or you can use both. You can see here how this one says it works well with all gel polish, no brand requirement, but you want to double check with the brand that you're actually using. You can even contact the company, of the gel polish, and email them and say, hey, is this gel polish like compatible if I use such and such lamp? Because usually most of the time the companies will recommend that you use their specially lamp for their particular formulas, which this often ensures that you are using the right wattage to avoid over curing the polish, under curing the polish, and also preventing those heat spikes. Another thing that I want to point out on when you're shopping on looking on Amazon is you can even look into the polish bottles. Now, not all of the polish bottles will have it on there, but I'm going to show you a little bit later how you can go even further to find out that information of what I just stated. Now, the next thing that I kind of want to point out is this little small lamp. I know that some people may think that this lamp is intended to cure fully your gel polish. It's not. It's only for flash curing. You can even see it at the top of the title. It says flash curing. And this lamp, I believe it did say it was a UV lamp. So don't think that this lamp is, for you to cure your whole hands of gel polish that you just did. It's only for, like, for example, if you're doing gel X or press-ons and you're flash curing it, or you can do like nail art quickly, rhinestone placement. So you can, quickly just flash cure it, and then you are basically supposed to use a bigger lamp like a UV/LED lamp. And if you scroll down, which I'm getting ready to show you, scroll down to the description. At the top, they may not have it listed, or it may be, like I said, confusing, or it's not really clear. So kind of scroll down all the way to you get to the description, and you'll see it says curing UV gel extensions, gel liner, gel nail art brush, gel polish. Now right here, this is a key component. It says apply with Beetle's gel nail tips and their nail glue. So basically that's saying that this lamp is really intended to use the Beetle's gel nail tip and the glue that they have created for this system. It's really not intended for other uses. So when you see things like that, kind of pay attention to those key notes, because they're important when understanding why certain polish may not work with this particular light. And even like their brands, the Beatles, it may work for their gel polish, but when you use another brand, let's say like D&D, it may not actually work for that. So just kind of look out for those things as well, and even pay attention to how long you're supposed to cure each one of those layers of gel polish. This is very important as well to ensure a smooth foundation and application. You can even see right here where the description, it even tells you, it says flash cure light has been specifically designed for applications of the Beetle's gel nail tips extension system. So that's why I said that you want to just look out for those things to kind of help you when you're purchasing which lamp for what. This lamp I do feel like is really great if you're a travel nail tech, or if you're on the go. You can definitely use this lamp, like I said, just for flash curing, but not for a whole set of like gel polish, or if you're doing like a gel manicure. And basically flash curing is just a quick second to kind of cure that product in place until you're able to fully cure it for that whole amount of time that it's intended for. So the gel lamp that I really recommend, where I have found that it works with multiple brands, is what I'm going to do is type in LED/UV nail lamp, or you can just type in UV/LED gel nail lamp. And then what I'm going to do is scroll down to, it's the Sun UV 72-watt nail lamp. So it's right here, and that's kind of what you want to look for, like I said. And then if you see anything that says dryer, I think at the top it said that this was a dryer or something. Just know that dryer is not the same thing as a gel lamp. A dryer is something that dries nail polish, and a gel lamp cures gel polishes. So here is the one that I recommend, where it's like it works with multiple brands. I've used the OPI, the D&D, the Valentino, Chanel, Melody, Born Pretty. So I've definitely used this lamp for a lot of my gel polish, and it definitely has cured. And I do look at where it says like this lamp says you cure it for 30 seconds, which that's what I do. And then I'll go back in for the amount of time that the gel nail polish it actually requires, which most of them say like 60 seconds or something like that. So that's a really great lamp that I recommend, because gel polish really only cures about, I think it's about 70%. Don't quote me on the percent, but you definitely want a lamp that's going to cure to that, maximum percentage, because if not, it will be under cured, which can lead to allergic reactions. Now, some brands will say here, like you can see, for example, this says UV nail gel polish. So you're going to have to get a lamp for UV gel polish. Now, this next part is actually going directly to the company who made that gel polish. Let's say this was Born Pretty, and I'm looking for a particular gel polish, and on their website it will tell you, or some websites do, some companies do display it, and it says here that this polish is suitable for a UV lamp or LED lamp. So that means you can use either one, or you can actually use both. And you can see here how it's actually also giving you that amount of time that is required to cure the gel polish. It says cure with UV lamp for 2 minutes, or cure, you can't really see, I think it said LED, yeah, lamp. And then it gives you a different time for that. So it does have different time amounts for curing for different lamps that you actually use. So this is kind of how you can find which one to use and the amount of time required on the actual company's website. And like I said, some companies will display it on the bottle, which really makes it more easier. They don't have the time on the bottle, but they do have whether you use a UV or LED. And like I said, a combination really is my to-go-to, because I can basically have options with those, using different formulas and mixtures. Now, here's a lamp on their actual website that usually they probably will recommend you to buy their lamp to go with a lot of their gel nail polishes. And this is a lamp that you can actually look into. Now, I am on the Pro website, but I will definitely leave a link in my description and in the comments where you can actually purchase from Born Pretty. I do have a 15% off where you can use, and also I will link the UV nail lamp that I suggest on my description as well. Now here you can actually see the UV LED nail lamp. And again, like I said, this is when it says something about, let me kind of scroll to get to it. I think it's going to say dries all gel. When it says that on their actual website, they're talking in particularly about their gel polish. Now, like I told you, and I mentioned that the lamp that I'm going to put in my description for the Amazon link that you can use my Amazon link to, that one is going to, like, that's the universal. I feel like I've used it for multiple gel polish and I've had no issue with it, under curing, over curing, or anything like that. Now, I'm going to show you really quickly on also like OPI's website. They do a very great job about displaying, which lamps to use for their gel polishes. You'll see here in the description, remember to kind of scroll down. So here it tells you, it says fully cures in 30 seconds under OPI star gel nail lamp. So they have their own like gel nail lamp that actually goes with each of these polish for it cures for 30 seconds. So that's kind of how you want to look and kind of almost like investigate and look into which lamp is for what polish and which like the amount of time that is required for that particular polish, because you don't want to just pick up, any. And that's another thing, like, if you buy a gel nail lamp that's really, really like cheap, and the retail price is way higher, you may have problems with that gel nail lamp. So it's kind of like you're taking a risk or a chance. And that's why a lot of companies say, hey, this lamp works for this, because we've already tested and we know that this is going to work with these polishes. So here is also telling you, that's another thing, when you're using your gel polish, it can be affected by the temperature. If you're like storing it in a cold room, you want to definitely shake that mixture up, because a lot of the components kind of fall to the like middle or the bottom, and you kind of want to mix it up so that all of the formula and the ingredients all are mixed together. That way you're using it properly, and also when it applies, it doesn't have any like patchiness or streakiness or bubbles and all of that. So the last thing that I'm going to show you really quickly is here. I'm going to go back and kind of show you how you can actually go from Amazon and then kind of find it on the company's website to see again, to make that connection of which lamp to actually use. So I'm going to go back to the Born Pretty gel polish. Let's say you were shopping for this gel polish in particular, and this is their nude like spring set. And what you want to do is go back at the top. You don't want to use all of the words, because I find that you can't really find the polish. So you can see here I'm using just like keywords, and I'm going to copy the name of the gel polish, and I'm going to paste it to the actual company who sells that particular polish. And again, like I said, you just want the keywords, because if you do that whole title, it's not going to pop up on their website. So I'm going to copy and paste, and I'm going to scroll down till I see it. And here it is. And you can see how that name is different. Like they call it Modern Romance on their website, but on Amazon, it's like something completely different. So this is kind of how you find that polish from, finding it on, let's say you're buying a UV LED lamp on Amazon, and then you want to see if it's compatible with the actual company. So that's how you would find it. And then you would actually scroll down to their description on the company's website, and you would look for something that says, what does this, gel polish is intended for. You can see here it says it needs to cure under LED nail lamp. So that you would never have known that if you didn't actually go to the company's website. So that's why I said again that each polish, basically, like I said, think of it as it has its own personality. Everybody, you may have some polishes that just hyperact, some underact, some just don't even want to be bothered, and then some that's just gonna bubble and wrinkle. So to prevent all of those issues, this is kind of why you want to look into what nail lamp is intended for which gel polish. If you made it this far in this video, you are a real one. And if you enjoyed this video, if you found it valuable, helpful, leave me a comment down below. Let me know. I was trying not to make the video too long, and I was trying not to like skip, through the video and all of that. So I was trying to kind of make it make sense. And I also wanted to just share this information so that, we can like be safe because these are chemicals that we're dealing with. So we have to understand how to be safe with them and how to actually use them and what their intended use is for different purpose. So whether you're a nail tech trying to become a nail tech in nail school or just doing your nails, like I said, I just wanted to point out these key information, and hopefully you found something in this video helpful, because we don't need no medical bills.